everyone, and welcome to my video about my entire Tonner doll collection. And when I was asked to do this video, I did not realize how many Tonner dolls I actually had. As I went into my room and I was bringing them out for this video, I kept thinking, oh wow, here's one, here's one, here's one. There may still be some in my room somewhere, in my doll room, mixed in amongst the doll shelves, but I think I did get them all. So what I want to do is I want to kind of go through them all, talk to you about their names. I may not remember the exact names of some of them, and just kind of tell you about my journey with Tonner dolls and how it all started. So how did it all start? It all started with this Prudence right here, and I can't remember her actual name, but she had something to do with a tea party, and she was a Tonner event exclusive, but she was available on the website after the event. I didn't go to the event, but this is the first doll. So first of all, I fell in love with Prudence. Don't listen all you Ellowins, I'm actually a Prudence fan. I love Prudence. I think she has the prettiest face sculpt. I just think she is the most gorgeous doll. And so when it came time to get a doll, I wanted Prudence first. And not only that, but Prudence here is the very first what I would consider high-end collectible doll I ever got. So up until this point, the only types of dolls that I had collected were playline dolls and were dolls that I had thrifted from various places, which of course would also be playline dolls for the most part. She was the first real sort of collector's doll that I got, and I just really dove right in. I took her loads of places, took pictures. To this day, she is still my profile picture on Flickr and on PayPal, so I have her face as my little PayPal icon. But I just fell in love with her. Of course, she's wearing purple. Purple is my favorite color for those of you who don't know me, and I just love her. I think she's so gorgeous. I was so fortunate to be able to get her because I thought she was so pretty that she had been left from the event, and also just a really special doll for me because she's kind of what opened my world into collecting collectible dolls instead of just playline dolls. Now I still collect both today. I love my playline dolls, but this was the first doll that opened that door into collectible dolls for me. So I just always have a soft space in my heart for her. Now the next doll that I got from Tonner, and now my order may be a little out of order now, so if you're remembering like this doll came out this year, this doll came out this year, forgive me just a little bit here, but I'm pretty sure the next one I got here was Candlelight Rufus. I just love Rufus. So I actually call him Twilight Rufus all the time because he came out around the time that Twilight was really popular. And what's crazy to me, have you guys seen they're rebooting Twilight? Like, what in the world? It hasn't even been that long ago. At least in my mind, I feel like it wasn't that long ago. But anyway, I call him the Twilight Rufus. He's very goth. I really love, but he's Candlelight Rufus. I really love him. I just have always loved that Rufus face, and I wanted to have one, and I ended up getting him because I wouldn't say I'm a huge Twilight fan, but I really did like it. I was kind of into it at the time. I went and saw the movies, and then I read the books, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna get him. He's got the real pale skin and dark black hair, kind of like goth vampire look. So I really wanted him in my collection, and I got him. So still, there's no Ellowin in Allison's collection. We've got Rufus, we've got Prudence, but what about Ellowin? Like, when did she make an appearance in my collection? So the first Ellowin I ever got was this Ellowin. This is Over the Top Ellowin. I do remember her name. I got her at the Gone with the Wind celebration that was in Atlanta, Georgia, and that is the first doll event I ever went to. It was in Atlanta, which Atlanta is about a 3.5 hour drive for me. It was only a day-long event, so it wasn't as expensive as some of the other conventions and events, and I just had the best time. It was so cool. I remember when I went, I took one of my best friends with me. She likes Gone with the Wind. She's really into, actually she kept the Scarlett O'Hara doll. I let her keep the Scarlett O'Hara doll, and I kept the Ellowin from the event. But I remember going, and I totally fangirled over Robert Tonner. So I have this history of like not being able to speak to people, believe it or not. And I was so proud of myself when we went because I had her with me, so I felt more comfortable. And we talked to him for quite a while, and he was so nice. And she, you know, at the end, she was like, I'm so proud of you for like being able to talk to him, and it wasn't awkward, and it was just a really cool experience. And of course, that is largely attributed to him because he's such a really nice person and really cares about his collectors, and that was what kind of came through for me at that event. So not only was it like loads of fun with the dolls, but it was just really cool to be able to meet the artist behind the dolls and then get that sense of how he genuinely does care about his collectors. So this is also my only doll that is signed by him because I did get her signed. And those of you who are going to you can see on her back there, she is signed. Those of you who are going to the events, the physical events in Colorado, make sure to get your doll signed. That's something that you don't want to pass up, that opportunity, because that's just such a cool memento and remembrance of your trip there. So also while I was at that event, like I said, I let my friend keep the Scarlet doll, but they had some other dolls for sale. They had like a mini sales room kind of thing, like a sales table, and I got It's a Small World India. She's the doll I almost forgot to bring out here. After I brought everything out, I remembered, oh yeah, I have another Tonner doll. I love Small World dolls. I wish I had gotten the Holland doll too while she was available, but I didn't get her. But I have the India doll, and I just think she's so cool. Robert did some really amazing collaborations or licenses from Disney with these dolls, with Disney dolls, and the Small World ones. I love the princesses he did. Rapunzel, Ariel, they are so gorgeous to die for. But I love the Small World dolls too. They're so cool. They're so cute. They're kind of small, but they're very authentic to Mary Blair's original designs, I feel like. And so that's what I love so much about them. It's really hard to capture. You know, there's a lot of Small World dolls, but his dolls really are true to what Mary Blair, I feel like, designed in her sketches, paintings, and then the dolls eventually, the animatronics that she eventually created for Disney. So I just adore this doll so much. And maybe one day Holland will make an appearance alongside her in my collection, but she is just so sweet. So I also got her at that event. Now, sometime along the line in there, I collected all 4 of the little Harry Potter student characters. So I got Harry Potter, I got Hermione. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hold them all in my hands at once. I bet I can. Let's test. Let's test that. Who wants to take that bet? There's Ron. We'll put them in one hand, and we'll put Malfoy in the other hand since they don't really like him. So I got all of them, not all at the same time, but probably within a year of each other. I ended up getting them all. And again, this was my first foray into doll photography, doll collecting, things like that were with Tonner dolls. And so with them, I actually took them on a train ride through the Appalachian Mountains, kind of like the Hogwarts Express, took pictures in the mountains with them, and it was just like I have these really good memories with these dolls because it was just, it opened a new world of collecting for me, you know, enjoying taking the photographs and posting them on social media, because social media was kind of something I was new to then. It was kind of new back then, I guess. And it was just really cool to take them on a train and, you know, take pictures of them and just have that whole experience with the dolls. Because to me, dolls are an experience. They're something to collect, and I love them, but they're also an experience to me, and that's what I love so much about them. That's what I love about the virtual doll convention, is that, and this Tonner Fest, is that it's not just dolls, it's an experience, right, that builds memories and stuff like that. And so anyway, these are my Harry Potter for small kids. I never got the other characters that went with them, but these are just so cool. I thought about buying at one time some of the other, I think like, I can't remember, the Chronicles of Narnia had dolls on these bodies, and I thought about buying some of those and getting them customized in the small size, because there was a larger scale size done as well, but I really wanted like all the kids in this scale. But anyway, so those were my Harry Potter dolls. Now, 2 other dolls that I got before then were these 2. Now, you may be looking at these, you may be unfamiliar with these. So I don't know which way to say this. Either you would say technically they're not Tonner dolls or technically they are Tonner dolls. I don't know. So this is a pretty girl. They're called Pretty Girls. And Tonner Toys, so these Tonner Toys actually made the dolls and then a different company distributed them. So this is Pretty Girls and they were designed by Stacy McKirby. This is Little Mismatched. And they were distributed by the Little Mismatch company, and they had a lot of different fashions and things that went with these dolls. But you can often find these at the thrift store or flea markets or whatever, because these were actually child's toys. These are Playline dolls designed by Tonner Toys. So if you look at the back, they'll say Tonner Toys right there on the back. Now, if you're familiar with Maudlin Macabre, she was also on this style of body and head. So she was a really cool doll that came in this size. Now, that's Little Mismatched and Pretty Girls. And there's multiple dolls in the line. These are the only two that I have. But just a really cool thing, like when you think about it, you know, you could actually find a really cool Tonner doll out in the wild. I mean, you have the potential to find others too, but you have a higher potential of finding these because these were toys that were sold. These were sold at Toys R Us. These were sold at Walmart. So I actually picked her up at Walmart one day when I was out shopping. So you have the opportunity to find them there. Also, I got Patience back at that time. She was a surprise gift from my husband one Christmas. I had been wanting a Patience for a long time, and I just think she is so fun. So what I'm going to do with Patience is I'm going to rattle her around here a minute. Her eyes move side to side, and she does this fun thing where sometimes she'll go cross-eyed. Has she done that? She went, what's that called, wall-eyed there, but sometimes she'll do this thing where she goes cross-eyed, and I just think it's hilarious. But I think she's so pretty. I love the kind of big head and the movable eyes. And if you think about the time period when Patience came out, you know, Blythe was really taking off in collector circles then, and so I just love, her head is not really that big, but bigger than, you know, if you look at his other dolls from that time. It's a bigger head, different proportions, and I just love her proportions. I think she is precious. She's one I'd love to see make a comeback because I just think she is so much fun. But this is Patience, and this one is wigged, but the wig is glued down. I can't remember what her actual name was, but I just adore this girl so much. And she was so cool because it was a surprise. Like, I was not expecting to get her. But, you know, my husband had ordered from Tonner a few times before, so that just made it super easy, right? To just get in there and order another one at Christmas. All right. The next doll I want to talk about is Newt Scamander. Now, this was a doll that Tonner came out with, and I believe this is the last licensed doll that he did. And my mom gave him to me for Christmas one year, and I was really excited to get him because his outfit, y'all, is immaculate. Like, all the pieces are so nice. Everything's perfect. They are a cat hair magnet, but other than that, they are just, he's got a little trunk too. Now, I didn't bring all the accessories out with any of these dolls because all these dolls have different accessories and things, and I didn't bring those out just because I thought it would be a little too much. But I love him. He is so, you know, I have very few male dolls in my collection, but I do have well, if you count the little fellas, because I've got Harry, Ron, and Draco. But the big guys, I've got Newt and I've got Rufus, and I just think they are so polished and so cool. But the outfit was just, this guy was just amazing. I mean, he is amazing, and I was just so thrilled when he came out. So he is my Newt Scamander. And then I got also from Modern Doll Collectors Convention. Now, I didn't actually go to these conventions because I wasn't going to Modern Doll Collectors Convention at the time when these came out, but I got through different things from Modern Doll. I got Emma Jean Goes to the Races. She's a Deja Vu doll, and I love her. I actually display her with Newt because the time frame is kind of similar to the Newt Scamander timeline. So she and Newt are displayed in one area of my doll room together, and so I just love the Deja Vu face. Like, I think it is everything, and I really like the Deja Vu hands. There were so many great dolls in the Deja Vu collection. That's another one I'd love to see a revival of. Like, they are just fantastic. I just love these dolls. Now, also through Modern Doll, I got this Evangeline, and I can't remember what her name is, but I had always wanted an Evangeline, and when the opportunity came up to purchase her in 2020, I grabbed at it because I had always wanted one, and I just think she's so pretty. I love her. Now, she came in resin as well. So did Elowen. I think they did I think he did a resin Elowen at one time, but I remember the resin Evangeline was like amazingly beautiful. I haven't seen one in person myself, but I love her too. Like, she's just so gorgeous. I feel so lucky to have been able to get one of these because I just love her whole backstory. I used to get the toner catalog in the mail, you know, because I was buying toner stuff. As a matter of fact, I have a couple of old toner catalogs scanned, and they're on my website in the archive section if you want to check those out. I try to scan and save things there that I think people might be interested in, but I always loved Evangeline's story. I just thought she was so cool. So I still think she's so cool. I'm putting my mindset back at like when the catalogs came and I looked through them, but like really grateful to have her. So just such a cool doll. Now let me think about where we are on my timeline here. I think what got me right back into the toners was Miss Grace Fitzpatrick. Here she is. I was so excited to get her, and with the new Graces coming out, those of you who have been waiting, I am definitely getting the redhead with freckles. I am super pumped about her, but I just love her because I never had any of this sort of toner model dolls, and this is it's just really cool to have her in the collection. And I love that she can share with the Elowens and the Nemas and the Prudences, just because, you know, it's nice to be able to share things with your other dolls. And I just think she's so gorgeous, and I'm so grateful to Rachel for bringing her to all of us, because I just think she's such a cool doll. And then the Grace Club subscription box is really cool. Like, what a fun concept to have with a doll. So that is Grace. And then I'm not going to talk as much about the newer dolls because there's loads of videos of me out there talking about them, but I kind of do want to go through them. So I got this Elowen in the first new release of Elowen, and I remember when she came out that the big thing was her hair was a lot more fluffier than the prototype pictures, and I remember Rachel saying her hair is really wild like her name, and that stuck with me. I don't even remember what her real name is. I just always think of her as Wild Hair Elowen, and I love it. I just love her hair. I styled it with this outfit, this green outfit that I can't remember the name of it either, but it was through one of the virtual conventions, and I kind of put this around her head. I think this was supposed to actually be a belt, but I kind of styled it this way with her hair. I love the way it looks. And I think she's just so pretty, and her coloring, everything, she's just a gorgeous doll. Like, I really love her. She's so pretty. So I got her from the first new release of the Elowens. And then, second time around, when the Elowens were released, I was able to pick up Divine Inspiration in the beautiful pink gown. And then also, let's see, Feeling Navy Blues down here in front. She is stunning. I normally don't love a red lip on a doll, but I really like the red lip on her. Like, she is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I love her outfit. You'll notice a lot of mine have not been changed. Well, maybe like half and half. Yeah. But I just love her outfit. She is just so gorgeous. I also got the basic Elowen, and she's wearing, again, I can't remember the name of this outfit, but this is one of the outfits that was offered at that time, and I love it. What I loved about, first of all, I love her in this purple wig, and then with this outfit specifically, and I love the gold docs. Like, they're not real docs, right? But I love the gold Doc Martens. I just love this whole look on her so much. Like, I love it. And then we've got the, where did she go? Neutral Ground over here, and she's just so cute with her very light smattering of freckles and her hair, her reddish brown hair, and she's just a gorgeous girl as well. So I adore her. And then we were treated to Nema. How exciting was the release of Nema? And I go back and forth on which one is my favorite. I love this one so much. She's so gorgeous. I love her outfit. I love her style. I love the energy that this doll puts out. She just puts out this energy that I can't really describe, but if you've seen her in person or you have one, you probably know what I'm talking about. Like, you just feel the energy from this doll. She just oozes like this energy that's amazing. And then also this Nema here, whose name I also can't remember, but I love her, and I just thought that the hairstyle was the coolest thing. Like, I thought it was ingenious. There are wires in here so you can restyle her braids if you want to. She might be my favorite, but I go back and forth between the two of them because I love them so much. And those of you who weren't able to get a Nema in the last time, this is your lucky chance because there's going to be a few basic Nemas out there. This is the basic Nema, and when I say basic, I always like to throw in, there's really nothing basic about these dolls. There's so many great outfits. First of all, you can get through Virtual Doll Convention. You know, Rachel does the mix and match fashion sales, and there's also great patterns that designers are putting out that you guys can get if you sew. I don't sew, but if you do that. And so I think these dolls are fantastic, and they're beautiful. The wigs are fantastic. Even the little jumper that they come in is just so cute. So I'm really excited to see folks with their basics, their basic Nemas, because they're just so much fun to redress and to do things with. So nothing, again, really basic about them, but they are the basic, and they're really good for people who like to sew and like to change clothes a lot. And then also there is the Charmed, I'm sure, Nema and Elowen. I've got both of those. Super gorgeous. Love the style of their wigs. I think it is so pretty, and they've got that beautiful pink soft gown, which I adore so much. And let's see I think I've only missed one doll, and this is a doll I got on the secondhand market recently. Did you know that Tonner did an edition of Cindy dolls? Tonner was able to do some Cindy dolls. Now, those of you who aren't familiar with Cindy, she is the version of Tammy from across the pond, and she remains popular today and is actually even being made today and sold over there. She's kind of had a couple of revivals, but Cindy, I'm a little bit of a Tammy and a Cindy collector, but I wanted to get one of the Tonner Cindys because I'm also a little bit of a Tonner collector, if you haven't noticed. I collect a little bit of everything, and then I have like specializations inside of specialization inside of specialization. So she falls into two categories: my Cindy collection and my Tonner collection. Kind of like my Small World doll falls into two of my categories. So I just love her. I was really stoked to get her off eBay. She popped up on eBay one day, and I grabbed her, and I just thought she was so cute. So she is on display. She's actually on display with my Cindy dolls. And so that was one of the things when I started making this video that was kind of tough, is because I have these dolls displayed in different places. You know, my Small World dolls with the Small World dolls, my Cindy dolls with the Cindy dolls. These two dolls are together on a shelf. My over-the-top Elowen is somewhere off by herself, and so they're all in different places. So it was really fun to gather them together today and kind of go through them with you guys. And I'm trying to make sure, I think I missed her. This was the Elowen also from the last release, and she was just gorgeous. I remember seeing her in person in Rachel's shop when I was so fortunate to be able to travel out there, and she just kind of blew me away. Like, the sample showed up, I think it was the day I was there, her sample showed up. The color of her hair is just so gorgeous, and I love like the mixed materials on her necklace. But anyway, what a joy. Like, what a joy to have these dolls here, and what a joy that was to be there and be able to see the sample in person. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed watching this. I would love to know from your Tonner dolls which one's your favorite. From any of my Tonner dolls, do you have a favorite? Is there somebody you see here that you're like, oh gosh, I just really love that doll? Because it's just so much fun to you know, think about them and reminisce all the memories that I have with them. Because really, that is truly, you know, Prudence was that first doll that kind of got me over the, you know, into the more collectible doll market. Again, I still collect both. Love my Playline dolls, love my collectible dolls. So, but Tonner really opened the doors for me as far as that's concerned. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I have really enjoyed it. Thank you, Rachel, for inviting me to do this program. And I hope you guys will enjoy the Tonner Fest. See you next time. Bye-bye.